So what's been happening over the last few years is clients have been reporting back to me that in their wardrobe, that when they go to open the doors or when they're out shopping or when they're online shopping, they say to me, "What would Meaghan say?" And this has been something that's been really hard for me to get my head around, because I've been going through my own self-love journey for the last however long, and it's taken me a while to kind of take that on board, because I was just thinking, this is what people are telling me and all this kind of stuff. But what's actually happened is this has become quite the effect, that people are actually now utilizing me in their own heads to go, what would Meaghan say? It's become such a big part of my brand. And the fact that people are actually recalling and going back to the conversations that we've had together to say, what would Meaghan say in this moment, has become a really big thing. And it's become quite the movement for me now to understand that the effect of my words and seeing my clients has a vast effect. So I've worked with a plethora of different clients, and the reason why I love my job so much is because every day is never the same. I never come across the same person. I never come across the same situation. It's always different. And the effect of what would Meaghan say has been a game changer for me, my work, where I'm taking this, and my clients. And I find time and time again that my clients have gone through something in life that has asked them to cover this up, has asked them to be less than. It could be cultural, it could be religion, it could be something someone said back in high school. It could be that they work with a plethora of men. It could be that they work with women that make them feel less than. It could be so many different things. And the funny thing is, when we get to have these conversations together, when we get to open that up, when the two of us get to lock eyes, something changes. And I myself have gone through this in my own life, where I have so many versions of people, women mainly, that have shown up for me in my life, that have given me little pieces of the puzzle at every spectrum of my life. It could be 5% here, 25% there, 10% there, here. And this is why I also tell people I work with, I'm a percentage of the cake. I am not the whole cake. There are other things that you will need to do within your life, the same as me. I've got to get up every morning. I've got to work. I've got to exercise every single day. I have to eat right. It's a part of my makeup. It's a part of my physiology. It's different for each person. Each person's story is not the same. Some things we have to uncover within ourselves in order to get ourselves to the next point. And I work with a lot of women that are also in relationships, that are married. There's also societal structures around why we dress the way we dress. I've found even in my own life and the women that I also work with that we don't tend to wear matching underwear. Like, that's just something else that I've caught onto as well. We don't tend to wear stockings. We don't tend to wear short skirts. We don't tend to want to open up anything around this area. And when we start to peel back the layers and we start to take the black off, I do love to wear black. When we start to take the black away, what we start to do is we start to strip back the layers, and things start to feel less, and they don't feel as heavy anymore. Now, these are the conversations across the board. It just depends on where you come from, how you started out in life, what you started doing in business, what you're currently doing in business now. And I find that even women I'm working with that are still in the corporate sector and still working every single day of the week, by us delving into the wardrobe and being able to have these conversations and starting to change up those corporate looks that they wear every day, it's bringing such a freedom to themselves in their business, in their work. I was talking to a client the other day who was saying to me that they were quite critical about someone at work who was showing a lot of the breast area. And after her and I had a conversation about this, and we realized that this was an old thought pattern, an old thinking from about 20 years ago, she was able to start thinking about this other person that she works with in such a completely different light, because she got to go, oh my God, it's the fact that I am not allowing myself to own that I'm looking at somebody else critically as well. So these are all things that we go through and we talk about and we think about, and it's so different for each woman, each individual. Another woman I was talking to a while ago, she had a size G bust, and I could not have picked it for all the tea in China. I could not have seen it. And I find this time and time again. One of my best friends, she hides it so well, I don't even know, because these women have literally got so used to tapering down this, bending in this way, and not even standing up straight anymore, because they've been so ridiculed and shamed by having bigger breasts. And it's just like, it's not okay. This is how we were born. This is what we were given. And what I give back, the gift of giving, and what would Meaghan say is, you have your right to express yourself. You have your right to feel the way you feel within your own body. And we can't go on like this anymore. We literally can't keep doing this to ourselves. We literally can't keep turning up in workout gear every day because we went through COVID or because we're mothers. We have the right to show up the way we want to show up. We have the right to be in those band t-shirts. We have the right to rock out a pair of heels if we want to, or a pair of sneakers, or whatever it is. And the reason why I've never come to you and said, hey, here's an outfit, here's how you should wear it, is because I don't want you to take another piece of item, buy another piece of clothing, say to yourself, just because this is how Meaghan wears it, this is what I now need to put on my body. You'll notice that you will never end up dressing like me. You will probably look the polar opposite of me. And if you do start dressing like me and aligning to looking like me, then I would say to yourself that there's probably something still missing that you need to work on within you, because I am an individual. These years of putting this outfit together, these pants, these sweatpants that basketballers wear, this came from where I grew up. This came from a love of hip hop and a love of dance and a love of like Michael Jordan back in the days. Like, that's where this came from, being a corporate woman for 20 years that had to show up a certain way. That's where this piece has come from. But I tell you where the piece under here doesn't come from is the black lingerie bra. That has come from a love from self. That has come from me now putting this together in a way that culminates all the years of who I was, but in a self-love way that is able to back up, feel strong, walk into that room and no longer have the peripheral vision of somebody watching me, feeling me, seeing me. If you're watching me, feeling me and seeing me, I hope that you're watching and feeling with love, kindness and respect about a woman that has walked through fire to get to where she is today, to want to do this for self. And these are the teachings, and these are the women that come to me and say to me, Megs, what would Meaghan say? Let's get this done.